Hey, what's up guys? So in this tutorial I'll be doing a full CRUD Laravel application with the create, delete and update all in this one video. So there is a lot to do. Let's dive in. So right now let's open up the terminal and start our Laravel project. Okay, this one I will start by creating the post controller. So PHP artisan, make controller post controller, and we'll add a resource. So let's run this command. This line uses the make command to create a controller, and the resource command helps us create a bunch of CRUD routes that will be used to delete, edit, update and so forth. So let's run it. While that is running, to see all the commands that you can use with artisan, just run php artisan. And you get to see all of them. You'll even get to see the version of Laravel you actually using. Let's try running it again. So the Laravel version framework is 5.7.19 or 19. You can see all these commands that can be used within your Laravel application. The make auth, make channel, controller, model. So we'll be using most of these things while developing our Laravel project. So let me pull this down. Now that our controller has been created, you can find it in http controller and etc. So this is what the resource controller comes with: index, create, store, show. It's all created. While if you only use PHP artisan make controller, let me say article, without article controller. If you use PHP artisan make controller without the word resource, let's see what it gives us. As you can see, none of this was created for us. The destroy route, update, edit, none of them was actually created for us. So that is the advantage of using the resource command. I'll go ahead and delete this. I don't need it. Now that that's done, let's create a model for our controller. So PHP artisan make model post, and then we'll add the -m, which will actually automatically create for us a migration table. So I had created it earlier on, but if you haven't, then this will work for you. I would like to also create a factor and seeder table to make our development easy and smooth. So PHP artisan make factory post factor. Creating a factory helps us in seeding the database. So create a seeder table, make seeder post table. uh, it is post seed table and run it. So when you come here into the database directory, you'll find a factory is already created. Okay, so let me go ahead and delete. It didn't actually create a migration table, so I'll delete this and try running it again. So right here, this has been created for us. I'll go ahead and create the required fields. Table. This will be a string, and the column, and it will be titled title, and then semicolon. I'll create one for body, copy and paste, and then body. Now let's go to the factory. Factory right here. I will add the required fields. We'll first have to update the model, so it is found in the app directory, and then post. And then for this, we'll have to add title. Title, sun array, and then faker, text, and give it around 60 characters, comma, and then for the body, for the body, faker, text, and we give it around 300 characters. So while that's done, let's go to the seeds folder where this is. I will have to edit this. So from that line, go ahead and edit and write factory. Add the model, post, the model class, and the number of posts that you'd like to create, and then create. So while that's done, let's run the migration and seed our table. So I'll run PHP. So from this, I would like to use the refresh. The refresh command, which resets and runs all migrations. So run PHP @sun, then migrate, refresh. So to roll back all migrations and then migrate them again. So if we take a look at our it's kind of slow. So let's take a look at this in the test app. Let's take a look at our posts. You can see that our posts have been properly migrated, and with the fields that we created for them. I would like us to seed it now. So go to the database seeder right here and add this line, which will enable the database seeder to seed the post table. So create call post seeder table. Is it the name we gave it? And class. I really made a mistake. It would have been a post table seed. But anyway, let's run it. So we'll create PHP at sun, migrate, refresh, seed. This command will run migrations and then seed our database tables. Let me take a look at this. Call of undefined, let me see. Factory app, okay. Oh, so I missed, actually missed a C. So let's try running this. How come I didn't see that? Oops. So data too long. String data too long. So I think the issue is coming in from here. We should change this to something like medium text. Medium text and try running it again. So the error was actually the string maybe supports around 155 characters or 255, and something longer than that will obviously create an error. So you can see this is 300 instead of 255, which is the maximum for a string field. So refresh to see if the seed was successful, and now we have our 50 posts with a title and a body. So let's go ahead and output this, say, posts. This is because we haven't created a route for it. So go to routes, web.php, So creating the route, go ahead and type route resource uh, the URL we'll be using. So since we are going to be using posts right here, you should insert posts here, and then the controller or the source where these routes are coming from. So ours are going from post controller and then semicolon. So while we reload, it will give a white sheet because we haven't created a view for it. So let's go ahead to the views directory resources. Here I will create a view, create a folder for posts, post folder, and then inside it will add the index.blade.php, and then we'll also add create.blade.php. We'll also add edit.blade.php. Then the final one will be, but I think this will be enough, and then the layout.blade.php. And then go to the post controller, where we have the index. So on this line, return view post dot index, and then semicolon. So this will be displayed, and the post mean will be representing the directory and then the file, which is index.php. So if I edited and say, let me first run this, the fact that it is empty, we can try adding a heading like h1, hello posts, activated auto save, so you may not see me saving. So I load, and you can see that our data goes through. So let's first go ahead and create a layout for it. I'll just copy it from somewhere and paste it. We are using Blade, so this is, so there are two things you should be sure of, or you should be conscious about. Make sure you're importing this script JS, which is found in public JS. Make sure you're importing this, and make sure you're importing the CSS, because we're going to be using Bootstrap, right? So I'll go ahead and first close this. Now let's go and extend our content to index, and extend. I will extend layout, which is actually in post dot layout, and then say section. So section, our section, we named our section content, so we'll go ahead and type content right here. content, and then end this section by retyping end section. And this is supposed to be extends, don't extend. So if I reload, you'll see some change in here. See? So let's go ahead and output our posts that are stored in. First, we import the model. So say use post. It is up. Then post. Create a variable called posts, which will be equal to the model post, and say all, which will output all the posts in an array. Then we'll go ahead and pass on that data to our view using this command with posts, comma, and then the variable. So if I reload this, we obviously get an error because there is no error. Okay, so let's go ahead and output our information here. First, we will check if there are any posts. So use if. This is blade syntax. Use if and count. Say if posts greater than 0. Am I doing this right? So say if count posts greater than 0. Let's go ahead and end if count post greater than 0, then for each post for each post for each posts as post and for each we'll go ahead and output our title. So I'll use h3, then we'll say post. We'll have to use these brackets, and then to pass on a variable within Laravel. So we'll be using the title. Let's reload and see. You can see we can get we are getting all our titles. Go ahead and get a paragraph of our body. So brackets, and then post body. Reload. So this is our body and these are our headings. Let me actually reduce this to h4, then reload. Now let's add some styling. I'll wrap this into a div. I'll give it a class of CRUD, and then I'll give this a class of h4. Also give this a class of card text, and then reload. uh, we need some margin, so I'll use m3 m2 and padding 2. Reload. I think this looks nice. I'll further wrap this into another div so that I can actually add a background for it. Okay, I'll give it a class of biggie biggie secondary, and reload. I'll also put this inside it. Cut and then reload. So let's go ahead and also center the h1 plus, oops, text center, reload. Well, that's reloading. Also give it a biggie primary. Good. Let's go ahead and add edit buttons to edit this content. So go to the post controller. Well, first let's first edit this content. So go to the post controller and then to the edit function and return the edit view, which is found in post.edit. So if we reload, go to index and we add a button or a link, so this will read edit. We'll take a class of btn md medium, btn info. So post and then id. So when we reload, this will take us to the edit route, which will be here. Which is currently empty. So to update that, let's add and then this will return the view with the following data: post and post. If we go to the edit, in the edit we'll have to extend some of this stuff. So with edit, let's add a form. So this is a form. Open. Action. Take an action of article controller. No post controller. Add update. And this will come along with the article ID, the post ID, and finally the method which will be post. End form. So this will be form loads. So add the form field, add a form, an input field like so, which will be a text field with title, with the value of post title, post title. When we reload, okay, something is wrong here. Let's try again and see. Body, the value of post body. We also have a hidden field of the method put. So let's take a look at our controller. So it's not outputting anything. This route right here is meant to preview the post, and this will go to edit. So it will go to posts, post ID, and then edit. If you try to reload, give this a success. So when we Click on the edit link, we're getting the results as required. Back to the post controller. Reload. Unexpected syntax. So the problem is right here, and this will end with another bracket. So if we reload, so this is it. If we try to add uh, some CSS and HTML, let's do like, and give it a class of form group. So I'll go ahead and paste this here and here. I forgot to put a button, and here I'll also copy this, paste it somewhere here and somewhere here. So if we reload, I also add a button, submit button in here. So form, submit, update. I'll give it a name of update, and we'll give it a class of. This is how we add classes in Laravel Collective. Add extra. This is how we add extra fields. Use btn success. If we reload, see right here, I want to do some more about this. So copy this CSS and paste it here. That's it. Yeah. And then I'll give it a class of form control and reload. So this is it. I can go ahead and add some padding. M2 and P2. So this looks a little bit better. Let's say if I change this link to post 2 and update to edit this. So go to update. Let's start with some validation. So we use this validate request. This is, we're going to validate this incoming request, and then validate using this array. So validate the title and say this is required, with a maximum of 150 characters. Also require the body require with no maxima. So let's try updating and see. Invalid requests. So this. So let's require the. Let's get the post model. Post will equal to post. Find the post with the ID of that, and if exists, uh, if post exists, request the title. Also request the body. And then save this post. After now that is done, I'd like to redirect to posts. So return redirect to posts. So if I change this to post 2 and update, what went wrong? So missing semicolon, reload. Now it's updated. What if we want to preview this whole post, just a single post? So go to index, copy this content, create a file called show.blade.php, and then paste this content in here. We'll have to get rid of the if, and also get rid of the and if, and also these two buttons. Then reload. Okay. Let's go ahead and edit the show. Go ahead and copy this and paste it here. Then change this to show and reload, and this will appear here. Now let's go to the create. Just return is to create. You don't need to add this. And if we go to post/create, this is empty. So let's get this whole content right here and put it in the create and we need to delete this. Done. And you find variable post this, so remove this. Reload. Missing required parameters, so this will be store. And we won't be needing this. Can go ahead and change this to create. So we can go ahead and create our first post as post one. I put a bunch of stuff and then create. Cannot submit because the post controller hasn't been taken care of this. So copy this and paste it here. So this will validate the title and the body before it can be stored to the database. Then get rid of this and then type new post. So this means create a new post with a title and a body. Then after redirect to posts. So if I reload, and when we go to the bottom of this, you can see our post here. Now with delete, let's go to the delete control function. So on the delete, all we need to do is find the article ID and delete it. So we'll need this to be put here, and we'll need the redirect after deleting our post. We also need the delete function. So to be post delete. Now let's go to our index and add a form to delete. So down here we'll add a form. Uh, Open action, Host controller, add destroy. Add submit. Give it a name of delete. I can get the CSS and paste, and then this will be danger. So if we reload, unexpected, okay, reload, missing root parameters. So let's add a hidden field right here. Hidden method. This method will be delete. Missing parameters, we will add the method of get. So post and reload. So let's add an ID. Post ID and reload. So if we try to delete, I identify the problem being that we never closed our form, so let's go ahead and close it. Close and reload. So when we delete our last post, it shouldn't appear on this page. Now it's gone, and if we come to the so this is all I had for you today. Please go ahead and subscribe, leave a like and a comment so that I can actually know how to improve my tutorials. Please click that subscribe button and you'll receive more videos from this channel. Thank you for watching.